Here I am on a Sunday stroll, and it's absolutely raining again, but I'm on with an umbrella this time, so it's not a problem. Ah, let's have a look. How are we doing? Right. Here I am, doing another Sunday stroll in the rain like a madman, though I have an umbrella with me this time. Just as I was getting ready, it started to rain. Of course, the clocks went back here last night, so my body clock thinks it's an hour ahead of what it actually is, which is not helping. It's actually about 9 o'clock, and everybody thinks it's, well, actually no, I think it's about, I don't even know what time it is anyway. There you go, that's how much my body clock's thrown out. But yeah, not going to let the rain stop me. I have an umbrella, so you're probably hearing the rain pattering away on that. It's quite a bit, it's a golf umbrella though. I just realised that when I do a lot of this walking, a lot of it's done through low-lying trees, so that's going to be a laugh, isn't it? But we'll figure it. We'll manage it. So I was thinking about what to chat about, because I don't normally do video game chat on my Sunday stroll, and the reason is because it's just something a bit different. Talk about stuff in general. So I thought, well, I'll have a chat about why I do this, why I put videos up on YouTube, because this past week I looked at the views that my Doom 3 videos were getting, and they're getting nothing. And these walkie-talkie videos, and my stroll videos get a lot more. Now, the purpose of me doing the Doom 3 videos, as you know, if you've been watching, is part of a bigger Doom playthrough that I'm doing at the moment. And my temptation was just to stop. I think my last one nearly got as many comments as views, and there was like 2 comments, and one of them was me replying to a comment on there. I think it got, last time I looked, it had about 4 views, and yeah, maybe at least 1 or 2 of them views was me responding to comments. So it's not great. It can be pretty disheartening, because I still put effort into them. I'm still putting effort into those videos. Set up my recording, start doing it, and so on. And I just think, well, what's the point? If I'm getting nothing on the view count, what's the point? Anyway, we'll get into that more when I get into the park. So I'm going to stop here and see you there. See, here we are back. Our first problem with the umbrella, as you can probably hear, is the low-lying trees. And then people who take the dogs out when it's raining. Not sure, I think that's great. As long as they dry the doggo off when they get home, I suppose. But anyway, yeah. YouTube. And why I do it? Well, I do it for myself, really. I don't do it for anyone else. I certainly don't do it for money because I get too few views for that. So the main reason I'm doing it is for myself and creating something, you know, enabling me to focus my mind during the recovery period from surgery, and giving me focus and then something to do and to be a bit creative. But going back to my Doom 3 playthrough, because that's the one that kind of set me thinking a little bit with regards to the lack of views. My objective, sat there and I was, sort of put up a thing like, maybe I'll just stop doing them. Because I finished the Doom 3 playthrough. That's done, recorded wise. I just need to upload the few parts remaining. But I did start Resurrection of Evil and thought about uploading that. Now, my temptation a few days ago when I just saw how little engagement there was with the last one was just ditch it, just don't bother. But then in the past few days it's like, well, I sat down and thought, well, why am I doing this? I'm clearly not chasing views, and I'm not doing this to grow my channel because I'm not doing anything that would enable that to happen. You know, all I'm doing is just putting up stuff I want to do. And I thought, well, yeah, that's the point. I'm just doing the stuff that I want to do. So I'll just keep doing that. Because ultimately that's why I'm doing it. If I was trying to grow my channel, I would do clickbait shit, wouldn't I? Certain words in caps which, you know, are supposed to be eye-catching. To get people to click on the videos, but as we all know, when you type in capitals on the internet, it's shouting, isn't it? So they kind of remind me of, is it Steve Carell's character in Anchorman? You know, where he just sort of shouts random words. They just remind me of that. I find it funny, and a bit sad, really. You know, they're that desperate to get views, because I guess they want to make money out of it. It's fair enough. It's not for me though, it's for the birds, that. Because you're chasing your tail. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's talking about the same old crap. And while there are other people out there doing it, that's who you're in competition with. You know, you're in competition with everybody else doing that. And some people have bigger channels that are doing it. And they're just copying that and hoping that they'll get some scraps from the table by doing that. And I do find that a bit, it's just a bit sad, really. You know, I said it before in one of my other videos, I thought it was interesting that the most watched video of mine recently was my comments regarding Alien Earth and why I thought it was rubbish. And it was partly a bit experimental, that, you know, I wanted to see what the reaction would be, and I wasn't disappointed. That thing got 10, 20, maybe even as high as 30 times the views that everything else I was getting, that I've been doing, has. And I thought it was telling that was the case, because it just goes to show that doing a takedown and being negative, it does actually work. I think it's stopped raining, so bear with me a sec. I'm going to take this umbrella down because it's a bit awkward carrying the camera in one hand and the umbrella in the other, so bear with us. I will have edited out that whole bit where the camera was pointing at the bloody sky. This has got to be one of the worst umbrellas in the world. They've somehow, like, it's got a little Velcro fastener, and they've put the Velcro fastener the wrong way around. The geniuses that made it. So yeah, it's if you can see this, you kind of have to twist it, which is not easy when it's wet and your hands are wet and you're trying to do it while holding a camera in your hand. These things are challenging, to say the least. There's a surprising number of people out here today, considering the weather. Guess the place is full of lunatics like me. Anyway, so yeah, just going back. Why am I doing this? It certainly wasn't to make money, because if that was the case, I would have just kept doing videos like the Alien Earth one, and I could have grown it that way. But that's not what I want to do. That's not why I do this. I don't want to go down that pathway, because you then have to start talking crap about stuff that you might like, but you then feel compelled to slam it, or do overly negative videos for it, because of the fact that you're trying to get views. I've watched some shows that, yeah, they haven't been brilliant, but they've been, you know, you watch videos on YouTube or you see the heading for the videos on YouTube, and my God, it's like it's the worst thing that's ever been made. It's like, it really isn't, you know. It's not that bad. It wasn't the most terrible thing ever. But by God, it's just, I've watched some of those videos and I'm just thinking, do they even watch the same show? And you get some that the content in the video is actually factually incorrect. You know, when they're dissecting a scene, it's like, you know, you got that completely wrong. That's not what that scene was about. Or you missed out things that happened in that scene that were, that changed it and nullify the negative comment that you made. You know, but there's no penance for it. They don't apologise for it. You know, some will like, they'll analyse a trailer and tear something apart, and then when they're wrong, they change the heading of the video. They go back retrospectively and change the heading of the video, which to me is dishonesty. Because it's like, you jumped the gun when you were talking about the trailer. The film comes out and it's not as bad, or it didn't have in it what you said was going to be in it, in the content of your video or the heading, and you've gone back and changed it. So that's dishonesty. You know, you lack the courage of your convictions, and they don't learn the lesson. You see, the thing is, by the time the movie comes out, they've made their money off that clickbait trailer. They've made their cash. You know, they're done with that. I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. If I die walking this slippy pathway, somebody upload this video. Oh, that's good. I just use my umbrella as a walking stick, can't I? Yeah, they put this clickbait crap. They're completely wrong in their assessment of what the film's going to be, and they know it because they go back and they change the heading. You know, I've seen it happen. But the thing is, they've already earned their revenue from the clickbait. So they'll do that. So then if anybody ever wants to pull them up retrospectively, they'll go, whoa, oh, look, that's what the video title says. Yeah, but that's not what you put it up as originally. You know? That's not what you said when you uploaded that video. That wasn't the heading that you did. And I find that a hallmark of the integrity of the person that's putting that video up. And I think it sucks. I think it sucks big time. And it really annoys me. And for me, that's an instant unsubscribe, unfollow. I'm not watching any of your stuff again. Because the one thing I will never do is I will never give a fake opinion on something just for views. And if that means I don't make my channel grow, if that means I get 4 views on a video, so be it. I don't care. Because my integrity does not have a dollar value attached to it. If I don't believe in something, and if I don't think something is what it is, then I will not support it. Okay? If I sell you I think a game's crap, it's because I think it's crap. I've played it and I think it's crap. If I give an opinion on what a company is doing, that's just my genuine opinion. You know, I'm not joining the crowd. That's what I think, and if my opinion is shared by the majority, then so be it. If my opinion stands apart, then so be it. But I'm not going to be the slave to an algorithm, a piece of bloody software programmed by some numpty in an office. Hell. And with that in mind, I just thought, no, I'm going to keep doing my Doom playthrough. And if no one watches it, fine. If 4 people watch it, great. If 10 people watch it, wonderful. If 100 people watch it, that's awesome. And that's how it's going to be. Because I'm doing what I want to do with my channel. And I'm not going to start, you know, if I do a video and it lights everything up, brilliant, it's wonderful, but it'll be genuine. It won't be because I've chased an algorithm. That is an absolute certainty. There is no doubt about that at all. What you see is what you get. I don't do a persona, don't have a persona on the internet. This is what it is. This is who I am. Meet me in person. I talk the same. I have the same views. I have the same opinions as what I do online. And that's all there is to it. I don't care. Really don't care for chasing algorithms, chasing views, trying to formulate an opinion that ticks boxes so I can get loads of views and money. There are millions of channels on YouTube talking shit, you know, pretending to be something they're not, sitting in front of blue screens or green screens with stock photos of rooms full of games or movies or music or whatever behind them to sell the illusion that they're collectors. Not all of them, some of them. Because from time to time they make a schoolboy error and they'll wear a top with a little bit of green in or a little bit of blue, and you can see the glitch. It's kind of funny. I mean, fine. But their content, in some cases, not all, in some cases, their content matches the illusion that they're trying to put out there. And that's not me. They're trying to be something they're not. And they're doing it just to get views. And good luck to them. I'm not saying that they should stop. I'm not saying that what they're doing is necessarily wrong for them. That's where they want to make money. And, you know, they're doing what people that write films do. They try to appease what they think is an audience for them that will give them money. Believe me, if there was a cultural shift and people took the opposite view, they would jump track and change their view. In fact, I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen with a couple of YouTube channels. They've suddenly changed their worldview or their opinion miraculously. They've banged a certain drum for years, and then they've probably seen their viewing figures are dropping off ever so slightly, or the subscriber count isn't as high, and they've bottled it, and they've flipped the switch. They've gone from liking something to hating something, and vice versa. Well, where's your integrity there? Their view, what value is there in their opinion if they do a 180 to chase views, to chase the algorithm? What can you do with that? You can't really do a lot, can you? I mean, it's not like they're sticking by their view, their opinion, and therefore they don't even value their own opinion. So why should I value it? Why should you? But I'm not saying they shouldn't, do what they do. They're doing it for money. Good luck to them. Go ahead and do it. But, it's obvious when it happens. You see, they chase the cultural shifts, the ebbs and flows of the tide of opinion, and they ride those ebbs and flows. And it's difficult, therefore, to hold any value to what they say. So like I say, I just looked at it with that in mind, with that viewpoint in mind. Why am I doing this? Is the question I asked myself, in the view of not getting a lot of views. I just took that moment of pause. Why am I doing it? Well, I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it because I want to create my content and just put forward my opinion. I want to do my playthrough of Doom 3. Whether it's crap, whether it's great, whether it's interesting, whether it's boring, it's my playthrough. Whether it gets, like I say, no views, 100 views, it will be my playthrough. And I will eventually do all of the Doom games on my channel. Doom is my favourite game. I think it's good sometimes to just take a pause and remind yourself of why you're doing something. You can forget. You can get bogged down with it. You can, when you're in the midst of doing something, and it's those moments where it can be a bit of a chore, where you don't feel like doing it. And you just think, I don't want to do that today. But no, I've got to do it. I don't fancy playing it today. Yeah, but you've not got any videos in the bank to upload for it. And then you do it, and then you upload, and then it doesn't really do much. It can make you think, why did I do that? Just take pause and remind yourself why you do it. And hold those things sort of true to yourself. because no one else will. No one else will. And if you keep that at the forefront of your mind, you can plough through those periods of bit of self-doubt where you don't feel that you're achieving things that you want to achieve. And you get through that loss of focus and you can get back to enjoying it. I'm actually looking forward now to finishing the Resurrection of Evil playthrough, and I think it's the Lost Levels, and then on to Doom 2016. So, been a bit of a rant, and I'm not attacking anyone with this video. As I say, people can do what they need to do. You know, they need to do what they do to keep the lights on, to pay the bills, to put food on the table. That's what we all have to do. You can't sell yourself short, but you know, in their world they probably are thinking that they have integrity in doing what they do, keeping the lights on. You know, if they've got family and what have you, they're keeping the lights on, they're keeping food on the table. There's nothing more noble. But from the standpoint of a point of view, no, not when you're flip-flopping on opinion. It is what it is, you know. So, while the weather's holding off, I kind of rode the storm at the beginning with all the rain. Had a bit of a nice stroll. It's calmed down a bit weather-wise now. It's not too bad, but I think I'll call it there. And I just wanted to put this out there, why I do it. You know, it's a bit of self-therapy as well. And, you know, what I won't do. You know, what isn't in my repertoire, as it were. And, yeah, I'll call it there. So hopefully I'll be around tomorrow, walkie-talkie. I've got a topic I want to talk about. I'll try and make it a little bit cohesive, string it together a little bit, and yeah, I'll take it from there. So thank you for watching. You have a good Sunday and have a good week, and I'll see you for the next one.